Hey everyone, my name is Ms. Rashine Major. I am a student at the Cyril Spotted College. In this video, I will be discussing a fascinating aspect of the Spanish-speaking culture, which is El Dia de las Brujas. I will explore this topic through the lens of the three P's. What are the three P's? The three P's are product, practice, and perspective. I will also demonstrate the deep connection between language and culture. So, the Day of the Witches. This is particularly significant in Spain, especially in Galicia, where witchcraft and supernatural traditions are deeply embedded in folklore. El Dia de las Brujas is usually celebrated on the 31st of October. This tradition started off in 1970 after a local shaman decided to hold an annual convention of all the wizards and the witches and other persons gifted supernaturally. This celebration blends the Asian pagan rituals with Catholic influences and modern festivities. Unlike Halloween in the United States, El Dia de las Brujas is often linked to regional traditions, spells, and local legends. Now let's discuss the three P's of El Dia de las Brujas. The first P is product. So, product related to El Dia include traditional Galician drink like Guimara, which is a flaming alcoholic beverage believed to ward off evil spirits. Witches and supernatural beings are depicted in literature, art, and performances during the celebrations. Costumes and decorations include representation of mythical witches, which is miegas in Galician, and they are commonly seen during these exact festivities. So when there's a 31st of October, they would have these big celebrations, and you would see quimaras, all of that happening there, and they will have different dances, different stuff going on. So let's move on to practices. Now, practice. One of the most famous practices is the preparation of the Quimara. Now, this ritual involves reciting a spell, which is conjuro, while burning the drink to purify the soul and scare away evil spirits. Storytelling and theatrical performances are common, bringing to life the region's rich folklore. Many people visit these sites linked to legends of witches, such as caves, forests, Asian shrines, to honor these traditions. Perspective. Now, the belief in witches, which is called brujas, which is to say which is in Spanish is brujas, and the belief in the witches has evolved from fear and persecution in the past to cultural appreciation and celebration today. The festival reflects the blending of Asian Celtic traditions with Spanish Catholic influences, illustrating how history shapes the modern culture practices. The emphasis on supernatural elements highlights the Spanish-speaking world's historical connection to mysticism and storytelling. Now let's look at the relationship between language and culture. So language plays a key role in preserving the essence of El Dia de las Brujas. For instance, the Galician language has unique terms like miegas, which distinguish is their concept of witches and from the more malevolent brujas of other Spanish-speaking regions. The rituals of Quimara is performed with a specific incantation in Galician, demonstrating how linguistic elements are essential in maintaining cultural authenticity. Now, what are the reasons why language and culture are inseparable? So, the first one, language reflects belief and traditions. Many expressions in Spanish reference witches, such as tener cara de bruja, which translates to have a witch's face, illustrating how supernatural beliefs influence everyday speech. And the second one, rituals and incantations lose meanings without language. The traditional Guimara spell loses its significance when translated, as its rhythm, rhyme, and mystical connotations are deeply tied to the Galician language. Number 3, cultural identity is preserved through language. Regional languages and dialects, such as the Galician, maintain their authenticity of folklore and traditions, ensuring that cultural heritage is not lost in translation. Now, to conclude this topic, this little discussion that I have. El Dia de las Brujas is an important cultural event that showcases a deep relationship between language and tradition in the Spanish-speaking communities. The three P's, which are the product, practice, and perspective, illustrate how this celebration is more than just a festivity. It is a reflection of historical and cultural evolution. Language is the bridge that connects people to their past, shaping their identity and preserving their customs. Understanding these connections help us to appreciate the richness of Spanish-speaking culture worldwide. This has brought me to the end of my presentation. I would like to thank you all for listening.